Hello Internet, welcome back to our Magiclysm series. Last episode we left our previous town and drove all the way out to this crap town. I'm realizing that we didn't find anything good in this big town, and I can't imagine that the small towns are going to be any better. I'm a little frustrated with Cataclysm Map Gen. We've talked about this a lot of times at this point, about how houses are so common and there are buildings that kind of show up way more than they should and they don't really have loot, so what's the point? Like, pools, for instance, spawn huge groups of enemies that can upgrade into some pretty scary stuff. And you think, like, oh, it's a pool, it's fine. There are pools in the real world, and you're right. But then you realize there's like 6 in this one town, and it's like, well, that's basically 6 locations that are spawning very enormous densities of zombies and basically have no loot in them whatsoever. And it becomes a question of like, yeah, maybe some towns, big towns, have like 6 pools, but I doubt they're spread out over like 8 streets. And like maybe houses are everywhere, but at the same time it's like, for gameplay reasons, you kind of want to explore and hit other buildings. This town actually does have some good variety to it. I shouldn't badmouth. It's like the other towns we find generally that are like 90% houses and like 2 other buildings. But maybe that's just RNG. Maybe I'm too complaining. Anyway, we moved on to this town, which is trash. It's just a couple houses, and I think we're going to be heading down to Hatfield because it's the only other thing I can really see nearby that even hints that there might be a big cluster of buildings there. Tyringham is the biggest one I've seen in the area, but there's no connecting roads to it, so I have no idea how we would get over there. The best case scenario is we come over here and it's just fields up, and we could just drive over. But that would require us to kind of really circle around, come up here, and risk not even being able to go across. So I don't know. We're going to be doing that anytime soon. For now, we're going to clear this town and then head for Hatfield. And we also need to eat, drink, sleep, but we can do that whenever. We should really turn off those headlights now that we've gotten over here and we've cleared the area a little bit. Let's turn off the overhead lights. Yeah, so the weekend has been rough. I was talking about that in the last episode. Got into Tarkov, and so Escape from Tarkov, if you don't know. Hello, doggies. Let's close this and get our Nodachi out because we just kind of want to melee them. Apparently I dropped my Nodachi somewhere. Yeah, that's not good. That's really not good because these guys are going to be fast and dangerous. Let's head back and see if we can spot where we dropped our Nodachi. Oh, I'm willing to bet we dropped it way back at that helicopter crash. If that's the case, we're not going back for it. We were standing here when we crafted fishing bait. Maybe we dropped it. Great. So we'll go ahead and wield the Nodachi. Go deal with the Grim Howlers. Yeah. Oh yeah, so Tarkov, if you don't know, Tarkov is like, I think they would call it like a military simulator, like realistic shooter type game. So kind of like your Call of Duty, but instead of like fast, unrealistic gunplay, it's like much more simulatory. So like Destrogen, prescription strength antibacterial medication designed to prevent or stop the spread of infection. Contains nearly toxic levels of antibiotics, but can treat any bacterial infections you may encounter. 1 dose lasts 12 hours. That's pretty cool. Nope, don't pour the water. Grab the cough syrup. What else we got? Broken toilet, a sponge. I mean, I think we have sponges, but it's one of those things that, like, if you don't pick it up when you see it, you'll end up regretting it. Smith & Wesson, 610. What are you? A 10 millimeter. It's interesting. Don't often see 10 mil handguns. Okay. I mean, I guess you do. I guess they're yeah, well, whatever. Functional vehicle in the garage. I imagine usually these are in really good shape. Really not at all. Okay. I mean, it looks like it runs. Car battery, gas tank, engine, all that good stuff. But yeah, we don't, of course, need that for any reason. Check the kitchen. for some foods. Rotten bacon we'll eat this orange before it goes bad. Orange, get some vitamins in us. Cookie, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't know where I saw the word cookie. I guess I imagined it. Let's head out of here. Oh, yeah, so like military sim, and it's like PvP mixed with PvE. So you go into a map, and your goal is to loot and then escape the map. And it's got a lot of, like, the weapon modding is really nice. I find the weapon action, like the actual handling of the guns, is extremely satisfying. Like, sometimes you play games and it just feels like your guns are toys and they don't feel like real guns when you're playing. I don't know a great example off the top of my head, but like something about the Tarkov guns, they feel very accurate. They feel very satisfying to shoot. They feel very like they have great sound effects. They have great the recoil and the aim and all that is very satisfying. You can heavily mod your weapons, which is also really satisfying to put together a gun basically from scratch and add all the components that you want is probably my favorite part of the game, completely my favorite part of the game. And basically there are two types of scenarios. One, there are scavengers, which are mostly AI characters who wander around. They usually have pretty bad gear. We're going to make meat. No, not pickled meat. Cooked meat. And then there are PMCs, which are player characters only. And they tend to be very well geared and very dangerous because they're actual players. And so the first couple matches I played against AI only. I played offline mode to play against the AI to kind of get my bearings and learn the feel of the guns and stuff. And that went mostly okay. I mean, you can get one shot in that game pretty much at any time, regardless of the armor you're wearing. It seems like I always can just take one headshot and that's the end of it. But, I played a little bit with mixed success on offline mode and was like, let's go online and play. We got to get used to it. If you want to play, you got to, like, embrace it. You really have to learn the game, learn the maps. So I went online and, like, so yesterday, again, I took the day off yesterday. I played Tarkov for about 7 hours, okay? That entire time, I played maybe 22 raids, 22 maps in and out. And I would say that about 19 of those maps ended with me going to leave. Right, you go in the map, you loot all the good stuff, you kill some AI, maybe you kill a player, you take their guns, you take their armor. It's very exciting when you finally get a kill, and like I said, very satisfying gunplay. And then you extract, which means you go to a certain point on the map, and it pulls you out after a few seconds, and you get to keep all your stuff if you extract. And if you die, you lose everything. So basically 19 or 20 of the matches I played yesterday, I did that. I looted, I got some good stuff, I killed some AI, I killed a couple of players over the course of the game, and was feeling really, really good. A lot of my performance was way better than I expected it to be. Honestly, as a new player, I've only played at this point I played 8 hours of it. But prior to that, I'd only played an hour or two. And, I was feeling really good. And then I get to the exit, and every single time there's a guy prone at the exit camping. So, I play the game, I get loot, I get feels good moments where I kill a player and take their stuff, and then I get to an exit and get one shot headshot because there's a guy sitting there in full gear on the ground camping to kill someone. And so 99% of my experience with that game has been assholes camping the exit. And it's I get that that's something that maybe is a legitimate strategy. I went online to complain about it, and found a bunch of forum posts where people were like, dude, just shut up and get over it. Because other people have said the same thing, why does everybody camp? And people are like, just shut up and get over it. It's tactical. It's totally legit to do that. And you might think that, but it's still an asshole thing that kind of ruins the spirit of the game a little bit, in my opinion. And it certainly is no fun for a new player to think you're making it with all this good stuff, and then you get shot down by a guy who's like wearing, $700,000 worth of equipment. It's like, well, how? Like, there was nothing I could do. It's such a feels bad moment. So I was like real angry, and then like I had one good run where I was playing as a scav, which is like free equipment basically. And when you play as a scav, the other AI does not target you right away until you shoot them. So I was like, just doing like, sneaking around trying to not get myself killed. And wow, this is just a huge empty space with a cave. Yeah, I don't want to go to a cave. What's this H? Is that the homeless camp we saw? Okay, we're just going to head down again to this town, I think. Ignore the dog, it doesn't matter. And I came across 3 AI walking together, and I was like, oh, cool, I can move with the AI. People will think I'm just another AI. They won't attack me or anything. And I walked up to them, and the AI shouted in Russian, gave me the middle finger, because you can do that in that game. And they all opened fire on me. And I was like, what the hell? They're not supposed to shoot unless I shoot them first. And so like I ran away and ran around a vehicle. And they had really hurt me. So I healed briefly. And I was like, you know what? This game is not for me. This game is just been camping and miserable and not having any fun, at this point. And even the AI, I thought they weren't supposed to shoot me. And I was just frustrated, and I popped out. I leaned out with my little AK-74, which is like my favorite SMG in the world, by the way. Big fan of that in like the Call of Duty multiplayer, and well, really any game that has SMGs. I do prefer the AK. I like the sight on the AK rifles. They have like that parenthetical sight with the little nub. It doesn't matter. Anyway, and I popped out with my little AK-74, whatever, and gamer instinct took over, and there were 3 of them, and they're all shooting at me, and my brain just did it, right? Like gamer instinct took over, and it was like pop, pop, pop. 3 headshots, killed all 3 of them, took their stuff, and they had like the best equipment I've ever seen. I did manage to extract that time, and as soon as I got out, I was like, okay, Tarkov is the best game I've ever played in my entire life. And it's like that feeling, like all those campers and all the times I died and lost equipment and lost money, I came out of that one raid and basically doubled my net worth because like their guns were super good and they had really good armor and really good rigs and everything. And as soon as I had that moment where like I got out safely and I sold the equipment and I got to take all that stuff into my inventory, I was like, okay, I get it. I get why this game is so popular. I get why people really like this game. Because that feeling of escape was like 100% worth dying over and over and over, And so I played it a lot yesterday. And again, mostly it was a really bad experience. But those few times we need to kill this necromancer ASAP, I'd like to kill the child first. Okay, he raised the child zombie. We need to kill the necro and let these kids hit us if that's what's going to happen. Okay, stop raising them, please, zombie necromancer. I'd love to kill. Great. Okay, so now we can put them down. So zombie necromancers, if you don't know, they can raise zombies from the dead. It looks like maybe even raised pulped ones, because I think some of these were pulped already. Smash the necromancer immediately, because God forbid another necromancer raised the first one. That would be pretty miserable. So yeah, super into Tarkov right now. Of course, now it's the beginning of the week, and I need to focus back up on getting my recording stuff taken care of. I think as of today, Roller Coaster Tycoon started going up on the channel. I only recorded 3 episodes, but I thought, Halloween's coming, maybe, I don't know if kids have off school for Halloween. It's been so long since I've been in school. I imagine that they are not off for school, but I was like, whatever, if people have off for the holidays, maybe put up a couple extra videos. I was also thinking about writing like a short story to put up on Halloween, but it's like today's the 29th, I think. I really don't have time to write a short story, record the audio for it, come up with a thumbnail, all that good stuff. So I think we're just going to forego that for this Halloween, unfortunately. Would have been nice to put up a scary story, but I'm not super upset. Look at this. 3 gardens in the span of one, oh, and what are these? 5 garden tiles in... Oh, this town sucks. Okay, it houses, gardens, cemetery. Cemeteries are pretty common as well, but in my experience, basically every small town in the world has a cemetery. So that's not like super unrealistic or anything. Bunch of houses. Yeah, this town is trash. There's a pond. I don't... Okay. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what to loot here. I guess we check the public garden, right? Community garden, because they can grow food there. Let's be careful as we come around. Yeah, I thought there'd be more. Just regular zombies, though, huh? Really nothing in the garden either. Like, you could at least... Okay, I'm seeing corpses. What are killing... Oh, a wasp. Hello, wasp. Why don't you continue doing the Lord's work and kill all these zombies for me? That'd be great. What is that? Hydrogen canister. Okay, I mean, hydrogen is cool. Oh, there are a lot of wasps. Okay. Where would you be coming from? Wasps. Maybe there's a scarred zombie somewhere. I don't see anything that would be spawning the wasps. If I remember right, wasps no longer give regular meat. They only give... I mean, we don't need meat anyway. I don't even think it's worth it to check this town. Like, why would I spend time here if I have to clear out all these zombies and all these freaking wasps and stuff? There's nothing here, so it's like, what's the point? Big empty house, always frustrating. String in the bathroom sink. I just drank toilet water by mistake. That's great. Yep, poisoned. Yep, food poisoning. So that's a lot of fun. I love when that happens, when you hit this and like I thought I hit 6 or 8. I'm not sure why it ended up consuming it. But okay. I don't think there's anything we can do about that. What kind of CBMs do we have? Do we have anything that helps with that? Absolutely not. Water extraction unit. No. Yeah, so we're just gonna vomit everywhere, unfortunately. Really hate as well that the why is all water toxic in this game? Like if we drink out of a pond or whatever, you instantly get food poisoning and diarrhea. Never really liked that. And it's like a hugely high chance, if I remember right. That actually might not be true. I shouldn't have said that. I don't know what the percentage is, but yeah. So this town sucks. So we're just gonna move on. It's unfortunate that basically every town we come across, I've said this town sucks. This one at least had some stuff in it. But, I mean, if you look at the percentage of places we actually searched compared to places that exist, this town sucks. Like, we searched, 6 locations in this big town was all that really interested us. And it's a product of what we talked about in our previous episodes. I have basically all the tools. I have a good working vehicle. What's the point of still playing, you know? Like, what is my goal currently? What should I be doing to... Hello, Brute. Oh, for a second I thought he slipped through our door, which would have been real bad, because he would have knocked us out of the seat while... Another roadblock, huh? Beagle anti-tank. Way too common. These things are way too common. Second one we've seen in the last 2 episodes. And again, this is what killed our last character. It has not spotted us. We're going to slow way down and try to real quick make this turn. So that just flat out cuts us off from that direction. I guess we head south and see if we can come across, but there's a forest here, so no, we can't. So, like, what am I supposed to do now? You know? Like, how am I supposed to... Maybe we can drive across here, but again, the forest probably extends up there. Really hate the tanks in this game. I'm not saying they shouldn't exist. You know, tanks obviously exist in the real world, and Cataclysm is set very slightly in the future. Makes sense that there are maybe drone tanks, but from a gameplay perspective, they're basically big enemies that... Okay, why Am I hitting bushes? I'm so tired of hitting bushes and coming to a screeching halt. Don't really understand that. Yeah, just not a fan of how deadly they've made the robots in this game. Really, every robot in the game can one-shot kill you. It's pretty unlikely from like a Secubot or whatever. You might take a bullet to the head, but it probably won't kill you. You know, I've taken several shots to the head. We just had one maybe 6 episodes ago where we took a bullet to the head. And it's like most of the enemies that are robots can one-shot kill you. And it just feels deeply unfair when that happens. Even if, you know, like people always say like, oh, well, yeah, but they give you a warning now. They beep before they shoot you. They spit out hostile detected or whatever. They laser point you before they kill you. And that's all true, of course. But like, if you're a new player and you even make a second of a mistake, you forgot to put on safe mode, and you're just doing what I'm doing right now, pushing the 5 button to proceed. You don't think about, oh, there's a tank there. You don't see the tank, process it, and then have a chance to react before you get lit up. And so I just think that they're super unfair. I think it's super, super unsatisfying to have a character that, you know, in Cataclysm, like this current playthrough, we're on episode 91. That's about 45 hours of my life has been spent playing this character. Fuck you, little tree. Get out of here. I can't. It won't let me move. Let's turn this way. Okay. Fucking tree. Oh my god, and a shrub. Why? Why can't I go faster than this? It's a lilac bush. For fuck's sake, I'm in a giant truck. Back up. It won't let me back up. Okay. God. Just so irritating to do this. I don't know why I'm going so slow either. I set it up to like 16. I only get up to like 10 miles an hour. I guess because we're off-roading, it affects... I mean, it's got to be the off-roading, right? You're driving through grass, which makes sense. I just drove through grass the other day, and it was like really weird to drive through grass. Anyway, can we navigate through here? Would be great. Yeah, it's just frustrating to have an enemy that can like one-shot kill you, no matter what. If you have 45 hours into a character and there's an enemy that, you know, maybe you're not paying attention for a second, I get it. It's a roguelike. It happens. But like, honestly, 99% of the deaths I experience in Cataclysm are either me getting bored and killing my character, or I run into a robot and it one-shot kills me. Like, that is 99% of how I die. Every now and then I'll like bump into a brute on day 2 or whatever, and they'll just beat me to death. But like most of the time, it's a robot that actually kills me. And of course, we're playing on a playthrough where it's, like I said, 91 episodes. We're getting to the point where I'm bored. I'm probably going to kill this character. And if I don't kill the character, odds are good a robot will get us. Like at this stage of the game, there's really nothing else that could touch us. Okay, 2 hazardous waste things nearby each other. Interesting. I don't think there's anything there that we would actually want. Just because hazardous waste seems like something that's not good for you. We see Amigo. Not really sure where it was. I missed it. We're going to see if we can pop through here to this other town. Oh, eating my input a little bit. Okay. Interesting. I do think the newer computer has helped with that input lag from driving. Maybe it's just my imagination, but it does seem a lot smoother. Also, I don't know if we ever talked about this, the recording quality. Like if you look at our vehicle, this looks so. 2 things about the recording quality on the new computer. 1, text is so much more crisp on this computer. When I look at the recording footage, it just seems so much sharper than it used to be, which I knew would be like one of the major things that changed. And 2, when I look at our vehicle, these things just look so much more detailed than they did in my old recordings. So I don't know if it's really noticeable to you, but like I can really, and maybe when I put up on YouTube, it might, you know, make some issues with it trying to recompress it on its own. So it looks like we cannot come through here. Although I don't believe I've ever been in a FEMA camp for more than like 5 minutes. So why don't we poke around in the FEMA camp? Actually, coming up on the end of the video, but we'll take a peek inside. Let's is the vehicle still moving? No. Let's get our SIG out. Let's reload our SIG. We spent a lot of ammunition dealing with those pilots and just zombies in the town, I guess, is where most of those bullets went. How are we doing on ammunition? We have used a lot of it. Let's look for 5.56. Oh no, only 4,677 rounds. So we'll check the FEMA camp. There are a lot of zombies. In fact, now that I'm here, kind of remembering a lot of people saying, what is the point of the FEMA camp? It's basically just all zombies and nothing else. Okay, it looks like a mass grave. Yeah, never mind. We're still poisoned. Have we been vomiting? I didn't notice any text about vomiting. Are we nauseous? Can we eat anything? We are not nauseous. Why don't we eat some Toastums? They're going to go bad eventually. Hop back in the driver's seat. So it looks like we cannot navigate through here. There's forest on both sides. Just getting a little irritated with this character. It seems like every town we go to is trash. Seems like there's no easy path forward. Like I said, we couldn't come through here because there was a Beagle tank. There was a Beagle tank back right around, I want to say, where was the Beagle tank? Right up here somewhere? Yeah, up here, because we came through and we kind of saw it, but we were able to go around it without it spotting us because we had the doors closed up and everything. Yeah, so like not optimal. Like I don't even know where to go at this point. And I don't know what to do because we have everything. Like we could go back to that town and search all the houses, but we have all the food we will ever need. We have all the basic tools and stuff. I'm very close to calling this series and just being like, all right, let's go start a new series where we can start from scratch. You know, it just, the game loses so much fun, in my opinion, once you get a vehicle with all the stuff you need. It's like the game just collapses on itself because there's just so much utility available to you. You know, I have a forge, I have the welder, I have everything I could need. I have all the tools I need, I have all the food. It's like, what do I even do at this point? My skills are great. I have Fab 11, I have Mechanics 8, First Aid 6, Driving 6, Tailoring 8. Like, we're good on stats. We have all the books in the world, you know. And I just don't know what to do with myself. We have CBMs. We can mutate, but mutating sucks. So, like, it's just not been very successful for us thus far. All right, well, whatever. We're going to stop driving, and we're going to call the episode here. I don't like to save the game while we're driving, just in case that would ever screw up or something in between episodes. Anyway, man, saving's taking a long time. Yeah, we're going to, I think, be calling this series, whatever, we'll address that next time. But for now, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Sorry I talked about Tarkov so much as well. I know a lot of people might not like that. But it's, in my opinion, it's a really good game. There are a lot of bad things about it, but there are some really incredible moments where you will feel really good about your performance. I mean, assuming you're pretty okay at shooters. But, like, it fluctuates between really good moments and really bad moments. I really like it. If you haven't checked it out and you have a decent computer, it is a little intensive, resource intensive. But if you have a good computer, maybe check it out. And yeah, I won't spend a lot of time talking about it. I know most people hate when you talk about a different game than the game you're playing. So, but anyway, thanks for watching. I will be back with more Cataclysm every single day of the week. If you enjoyed this episode, maybe consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll see you next time.